Welcome to our News Channel 8 special program, which we are calling the Blue Blog, Inside an Inner City High School. Hello, everyone. I'm news reporter Sam Ford. Earlier this spring, camerawoman Peggy Gilgannon and I were here at Blue High School teaching television news to high school students. It's part of a program of journalists in the schools called Prime Movers. Now, if you follow the news regularly, you know that this can be a dangerous neighborhood. A man was arrested last January for allegedly shooting into a crowd of students leaving school, wounding 4. Fortunately, none was seriously injured. You've heard about fights between rival neighborhoods here, but you've also heard about the magnificent Blue Band going to the next Macy's and Rose Bowl parades. We told the students in our classes to tell the outside world stories that they would like them to know about Blue, sort of a video blog. And so we have the Blue Blog today, and over the next hour you will see their stories. We're going to start out with our first set of hosts, Philip Parks and Jasmine Jackson.
How you doing today?
Philip is a senior?
Yes.
Jasmine is a junior?
Yes.
Phil, tell us about your school.
Well, we started at 8:45. At Blue Senior High, security is as much a part of the school scene as students and teachers. The routine every morning is books and students through the metal detector. Blue has 5 police officers and 14 Hawk 1 security guards assigned daily to protect some 1,500 students who attend school here.
A brief quiz. What are you looking at? You're looking at the library for a college preparatory high school in the nation's capital. And yes, on many shelves here, there are hardly any books.
Thank you.
Every day, students visit Blue's library before school, during lunch, between classes, or after school. They come in here to read, work on their homework, or do research on the computers.
We don't have enough computers. We don't have updated books. Our dictionaries are tore up, tore apart, and we don't have a complete set of encyclopedias.
Important too, because there's been one family to have 7 students attend here, and Keith Cook is one of them. He's here to give us our report.
I'm the 7th in my family to attend the school on the hill. Yep, Blue Senior High School in Southeast. My oldest sister, Kefri, was the first. She was at Blue from 93 to 96. She was part of the basketball team, art club, and junior achievers. She was the one that set the standard. Now she works at Georgetown Hospital. Next came Kurt. He attended Blue from 98 to 02. He was on the football and basketball teams.
One of the freest periods at school is lunchtime. Here at Blue, it's a sort of anything goes type of period, as James Savoy tells us.
Now, Blue does have a cafeteria that sometimes seems as rowdy as a basketball court. It also has a courtyard where you can step out and get some fresh air.
During lunch, we sit here, listen to our music, we just eat our food and stuff, on our phones. I be calling them my stars. We just be chilling and eating our food and stuff,
What you seldom see in the cafeteria is the teacher or any other adult not required to be here. And that might be because of the food, as one teacher stated.
Because it's bad?
The students are here until after the final bell, and Stephanie Washington is here to tell us why.
For a lot of us, Blue after hours is a better hangout spot than any old shopping mall. It's a place where we consider safe.
Here we in school, we safe, so that's the reason we stay after school. So it's a chill spot. We just be chilling. I'd rather be in here than on the street than getting in some trouble and shot or dead.
Because Blue is also a night school, it's open until 9 p.m. anyway, and our security and police are here to watch.
For most people at Blue, he's just James the janitor. But if you're walking down the halls and hear something that sounds like music, it might be James doing this thing. 24-year-old James Todd of New York occasionally brings his beats and slips into Blue radio teacher Ralph Cooper's sound booth.
He's got lyrical content. He's just not trying to get in the booth and just say whatever. Like, you say what, I say who, you say what. No, he's not doing that crap. He comes in and he actually tells stories. He has things to say.
It's just a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Some people do it for money, but if you got the talent, you know what I'm saying, you're going to do it for the love because it's something that you like to do.
Can you imagine going to school and not having any friends? One of our students took her camera and followed people around the school, asking them about their friendships. And here's what LaTanya Cooper has to say.
Blue students find that it's rare to be able to call someone a true best friend because true friends are hard to come by.
You just don't develop a best friend overnight.
After all the heartache, pain, Despite the suffering that Ballou has endured, we still make time to come together as one, and in other cases come together as in pairs, as best friends. This is Latonya Cooper, a senior, reporting.
I'm Philip Parks.
And I'm Jasmine Jackson. That's our part of the Ballou blog. Are you going to miss this place next year, Philip?
Well, yeah. I'm going to miss this class where we did this show with Sam and his colleague Peggy. Sam, what did you think of us?
Well, I thought you all were a lot of fun. And one thing about Ballou, there is never a dull moment. They had great facilities like this studio, for example. Peggy and I teachers in a journalism program called Prime Movers. For camerawoman Peggy Gilgannon and me, it was our second time at Ballou for Prime Movers. 3 years earlier we taught here. We helped those students put together a show on their Ballou.
Field trip to Ballou High School.
We came back to a much more elaborate facility. Ballou's television teacher, Dr. J.D. DiMatteo, had since built a television studio, edit suites, and the students in his TV production classes stayed busy with their cameras documenting school events, as when actress Vivica Fox paid a visit to Ballou. Moving into the second half of our Ballou blog, and I would like to introduce you to our next set of hosts. They are two rising seniors, which is what they call a junior that will be a senior next year, Alexis Arrington and Lewis Franklin. They're both active members of the Ballou community. If you're watching the Ballou Marching Knights and the band strutting its stuff, look at the back and you will see one of the guys playing that tuba is Lewis. Right, Lewis? Also, busy at Ballou, Alexis. We have seen her running track, jumping double dutch, picking up a boy, and not just any boy, Ballou's star football player, Lionel Robinson, whom you'll meet later in the show. Alexis, Lewis, take it away.
Well, here at Ballou, we have a good time because Ballou is our extended family for some of us.
That's right, Alexis. You run track, and I'm in the band, and some are in the drama club. We develop special bonds with others who share the same dreams.
It's a warm-up exercise for Ballou's Drama Club, a collaboration between theater students from Ballou and Georgetown University, who study together and eat a lot. For those of us involved in the arts at Ballou, we're more than just performers, we're family.
It's a real bonding experience that takes place. The kids, come together and they get to create their own play.
Members of the choir say this harmony and togetherness holds among many of them when they're not singing.
And another competitive team that we're proud of here at Ballou is the robotics team. LaRon Greenwood tells us more.
A contest among robots is a fascinating thing to watch. And at the one in Annapolis, Maryland, earlier this year, Ballou High School's robotics team was in the thick of it.
Come on, kids.
Hey, you want the
Is it working now? All right, Doc, watch your finger. Yeah, but can you hook it up so that the wires are hooked up to something here and here?
Wrong way, Doyle.
When they are not competing, you'll often find them in a cluttered classroom in the basement of Ballou.
It was pretty interesting. Plenty of problems occurred. We dealt with the problems according to the severity.
Ballou finished 44th out of 80 schools in the contest. This is Ballou Junior LaRon Greenwood reporting.
To compete, you need the proper tools and the proper playing ground. Until recently, Ballou had neither, but now our field is second to none. Mikael Miles tells us about track and field.
It's been a long time coming. For years, Ballou's track and field was in bad shape, but recently the school system had contractors who came to the rescue. Now, there's no holes in the field or in the track. The turns are even, and the field is equipped with markings
for football. The field is state-of-the-art for football, for track, and so much like the way it feels. You can walk on it or lay on it. This is Ballou Junior, Mikael Miles, reporting.
We don't have a competitive team for the next sport that we're about to look at least not yet. This Brazilian martial arts called capoeira is fascinating a lot of students here at Ballou. Andres Bassett shows us how these classes are going.
Recently, the African-Brazilian martial arts of capoeira came to Ballou Senior High School. Capoeira blends dance with self-defense. Students learn 3 times a week after school.
Capoeira has a lot to offer to Baloo and will teach many things, including the traditions and history of the martial arts. Not only does capoeira help you learn new things, but is a great exercise and works a lot of muscles. Those veterans are now dying at the rate of 1,000 a day, so high school students across the country are interviewing vets who are in their 80s. India Waiters has more.
I entered the war through Howard University as a volunteer.
Our Baloo High television production class sent 2 of us girls to Ebenezer's United Methodist Church, where we met 4 veterans. They brought their medals and dog tags and also photographs from their service in World War II.
I'm 85.
86.
84. White soldiers, you know, they was calling us the N-word. And they also had told the German population that, that we had tails. We was the only monkeys. You know, we had tails. And they have a tendency to, when we was marching down the streets of Germany, they'd come out of their house and grab us by our tails and by our bodies and see if we actually had a tail.
Back at Baloo, people said that they couldn't take what the Black World War II vets went through. But the vets said if they had to go through it all over again, they would.
America is one of the greatest places that it is in the world, and I would fight for it.
This is Baloo Jr. India Waiters reporting.
One of the things that upsets us here at Baloo is the bad publicity that we sometimes receive in the media.
When you hear the name Baloo Senior High School, what comes to mind?
I think of a school that's, you know, and you don't have problems.
Somebody gonna get shot. It's not a school I would go to. It's not a school I would send my children to.
What is stereotyping? Are reporters stereotyping Baloo when they do stories about fights or shootings at our school?
That's why she got locked up, trying to get an education. She got to keep getting jumped by some people that she don't even know nothing about.
If there's one thing that teachers and staff seem to agree on, that is that no matter where students are, they seem to get into it. And at Baloo, there's no difference.
Family, whether it's just neighborhood and the kids in the neighborhood, I do think that what happens in the community does spill over into the school.
Regardless how others view our school, we believe a day or 2 at Baloo will change their minds.
If you were watching a few minutes ago when Sam said I was picking up a boy, I literally was picking up a boy. A close friend of mine, Lionel Robinson, who is reaching for his goals in sports. Devon Lasang tells us Lionel's story.
He may not be intimidating to look at, but ask Baloo's opponents in basketball, football, and baseball. They know him, and he's Baloo's captain of all of those teams. Last year, he gained over 300 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns in a single game. Every once in a while, an athlete comes along that gives 150% and believes that hard work pays off both in the classroom and on the field. Lionel Jamal Robinson, who we call Marley, is succeeding despite the odds. He said his home life fell apart when his grandmother died.
That what really brought me to sports, because that just keep me from out the house, well, in the house, and just keep me from around the negative stuff that was going on in there. And I ended up moving my mentor named James.
James runs a Christian organization called Vision Ministries.
I'm a man here in the community who loves people, and that's my goal, is to be a long-term, stable influence in the lives of a few people.
But what do we do after Baloo? Do we go to work? Do we go to college? Or do we go to the military? Chantor Gripper gives us a look at life after Baloo.
Graduation is a glorious time at Baloo Senior High School. As important as walking across the stage is what happens after students take off the caps and gown.
Your current GPA and your SAT or ACT scores.
One of the busiest places in Baloo is the DC CAP office. It's where college-bound students come to seek help. Baloo students are not only preparing for the military and for college, they're preparing for life. This is Baloo's Junior, Chantal Gripper reporting.
So what do you plan to do after Baloo, Alexis?
Well, attend college, because that's a fact, and hopefully pursue my running track dreams and go on to live life to the fullest. What about you, Lewis?
I plan to go to college, study criminal justice, and hopefully work after that. After this break, we'll be back to wrap up our Baloo blog. Please stay tuned.
We've had Alexis and Lewis, anchors of our second part, as well as Jasmine and Phil, anchors of our first part, and we have camerawoman Peggy Gilgannon, who has been with us throughout this whole thing. Peggy, what do you think of this experience at Baloo?
This one's been different from the first because I feel like I have a new family. I mean, I feel like part of a family when I walk in there now. It's just, I know the kids, they know me, and I love coming here. Yeah. I really do love coming here. I love the kids. Yeah, it's been fun.
So I'm just interested in what some of the young people think. Lewis. Oh, okay.
Yes, Lewis.
What do you think of this thing? We've been here the last.
It's been fun working on your own projects. Even though we've been doing it with Dr. DiMatteo, but have him seen outside the classrooms would be good.
You learn anything?
I learned a lot. Yeah. Like far as how to write different things and how to keep it short and not too much for your stand-ups and for your outs.
All right, Phil, Jasmine, come on over here. What do you think? I mean, you learn anything?
I learned a lot of things. I learned how to do intros and outros for my man Doc. I learned how to shoot a lot of good things. I know I learned with Peggy how to do my first walk and talk. You know what I'm saying? That was
walking
fun.
And talking on camera. And Jasmine, what do you think?
I learned a lot doing this. It was a very valuable experience. I learned how to get better camera shots and everything. And I did my first walk and stand-up in the library. It was very fun.
TV talk. Now, you heard him refer to Doc. And Doc, if we can turn around here, this is J.D. DiMatteo, Dr. J.D. DiMatteo, who is the TV production teacher here. So what about this experience? Did the kids learn anything, J.D.?
Well, with the lesson plans that I put in for this year, what you all came in and did just reinforced it and showed them in reality what they're going to have to do every day in life if they pick broadcast journalism. So in a short answer, yeah, I did big time.
So that is the television teacher. He is amazing. He edited a lot of the pieces. He did everything. This program would not have been possible without him, obviously without Peggy, without the kids. And finally, we have to congratulate the Baloo Marching Knights under the direction of Daryl Watson. It has been a wonderful school year for them. In October, they went to the